Hello and welcome to Talent Sprint. In this session of polity, we shall discuss more about Parliament, the part 2 of Parliament. Okay, so moving on to the terminology related to Parliament. The first terminology is Speaker Pro Tem. What do you mean by Speaker Pro Tem? Generally, we know Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. They are directly elected by the Lok Sabha members. Then, who is Speaker Pro Tem? So Speaker Pro Tem is appointed by the President. Okay, so why he is appointed? Generally, he presides over the first meeting of the Lok Sabha after the general elections. After 5 years, the first meeting of Lok Sabha is presided by Speaker Pro Tem. And he is appointed by whom? The President. What is his work? His work is to administer the oath for all the members. Now all the members have been elected. So first they have to take oath. So Speaker Pro Tem will administer oath to all the members. So after all the members have taken the oath, he will step down. Now the House will elect the new Speaker who will continue till the end of the total Lok Sabha term, that is 5 years. So Speaker Pro Tem, he is appointed by the President, but he is temporary of nature. Just he is to administer the oath for all the members of the Lok Sabha. Okay. Next is leader of the house. Then what is the leader of the house? Generally, leader of the house is Prime Minister. Okay. In whichever house he is a member. Suppose Prime Minister is member of Lok Sabha, he is the leader of the house in Lok Sabha. If he is in member of Raj Sabha, he will be the leader of the house in Raj Sabha. And in the other house, the Prime Minister will nominate a minister or a member of the ruling party to function as the leader of the house in the other house where Prime Minister is not a member. Okay, so this is about leader of the house. Next is leader of opposition. So leader of opposition enjoys only when he has the largest majority after ruling party, but minimum he should have 1/10 of the total membership of the house. What is the membership of Lok Sabha? That is 545. So 1/10 of it is 55. So minimum opposition membership should be 55. Suppose there are two parties having more than 55 membership. So whichever has highest majority, they will become as the largest opposition party, and the leader of the opposition party will be from that party. Okay, and he will enjoy all the salaries and allowances that of cabinet minister. Whatever the allowances that are available to the cabinet minister, that are enjoyed by a leader of opposition. Okay, next is whip. So every political party will appoint a whip. So what is his work? His work is to ensure the attendance of all the members of his own party, and he should secure the votes of his own party members, either for in the favor or against any issue. Suppose his party is against any issue, so all the members of his own party should say yes for against that issue. Okay, so this is a work of a whip. So every political party has a whip. Okay, next is quorum. So quorum means there must be a minimum membership, then only the house will function if there is a quorum. Then what is the quorum required in every house? It is 1/10 of the total membership. That means in Lok Sabha, 1/10 of 545 members, that is 55. In Raj Sabha, 1/10 of 245 members, that is 25. So minimum membership should be present so that the house is functioning, or else it will be adjourned by the presiding officer, whether it is speaker or chairman of that house. That will be postponed. If there is quorum only, then the house will be functioning, or else it will be adjourned. Moving on to the parliamentary proceedings. So how parliament is carried on in India? The first is question hour. So what is question hour? As the name says, questions will be asked. So generally the first hour in Lok Sabha will be question hour. different members will ask questions. Both ruling party members and other party members will ask questions to the government. How they are carrying on the government for the welfare of the people. So generally it goes on for 1 hour. That's why it's called question hour. And there are 3 types of questions asked in the question hour. What are those 3 types? The first is starred questions. Okay, for starred questions there will be star mark. Okay, that means very important questions. And the answer will be oral answer. Oral answer means through mouth. And additional questions or supplementary questions can be asked. And next type of question is unstarred question. That means it doesn't have star mark. Okay, and the answer given is written answer, means through handwritten. Okay, and there will be no additional questions can be asked. Next type of questions is short notice questions. Minimum notice is not less than 10 days. That means minimum notice of 10 days should be given for these questions. And the answer given is oral answer, and additional questions can be asked for these short notice questions. So these are the 3 types of questions asked in question hour, which is the first hour of Lok Sabha. Okay, moving on to the next hour, that is 0 hour. Okay, it is an Indian innovation. It is not mentioned anywhere. It is an Indian innovation. So just after the question hour completes, the 0 hour starts. Okay, suppose the question hour is from 11 to 12. From 12 to 1, the 0 hour goes on. Okay, so in this 0 hour, matters of urgent public importance are discussed. Matters of urgent public importance without any notice. Suppose last night there was a railway accident. So members can ask to the railway minister about that accident in the 0 hour only. Question hour means minimum notice or minimum prior notice should be given. Suppose there is a meeting that is called Business Advisory Council meeting. Okay, in the morning they will discuss what type of questions to be discussed in the question hour. That means minimum information is given about the question in question hours. So here in 0 hour there is no minimum intimation. We can directly ask in the 0 hour. So this is second hour in the Lok Sabha. It will also go on for 1 hour, that is 60 minutes. Next, after 0 hour we have lunch. So after lunch we have the agenda or business of the day. So what do you mean by agenda or business of the day? So whatever things that have to be done on that day will be discussed in the agenda or business of the day. Suppose any bills have to be passed in that day, or it should be discussed, or any motions to be passed, like that, all those will be discussed in the agenda or business of the day. So after lunch this will be continuing till the end of the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Okay, so first is question hour, then 0 hour, then lunch, then the agenda or business of the day. This is the parliamentary proceedings. Next we shall see the types of motions generally moved in the parliament or in the state legislature. The first type of motion is adjournment motion. Next is no confidence motion. Next is calling attention motion. Next is privilege motion, and next is motion of thanks. These are the important motions for examination. There are a lot of motions, okay, moved in the parliament or state legislature, but these are very important for the examinations. So first we shall see the adjournment motion. So adjournment motion is moved to draw the attention of the house towards matter of urgent public importance. Generally it is moved in 0 hour. Okay, adjournment motion, and it requires support of minimum 50 members. Okay, and only Lok Sabha can use this facility. Rajya Sabha doesn't have the facility to use this adjournment motion. Why? Because it involves the censure against the government. It may involve the resignation of some ministers. That's why it is not used in Rajya Sabha. It is used only in Lok Sabha. Okay, clear with this? Next is no confidence motion. That means whenever the opposition party feels that they don't have confidence in the majority of the ruling party. Generally, ruling party will enjoy majority in the Lok Sabha. So whenever they feel that the ruling party doesn't have the required member support, they will move this no confidence motion to corner the government, okay, which enjoys the majority, so that the government will fall down and elections may take place. Okay, so this is moved by opposition party members. It is generally moved by minimum support of 50 members, like our adjournment motion, and it is also used only in Lok Sabha but not by Rajya Sabha, because it involves the censure against the government. If this no confidence motion is passed, the government will be defeated. It should step down. That means it does not enjoy majority. Then the president will call for new government formation if the no confidence motion is passed. Clear with this? Okay. Moving on to the next type of motion, that is calling attention motion. As the name says, this is moved by a member to draw the attention of a minister towards an issue. This will be moved towards a matter. I want to draw the attention of a minister, so I will move this motion. That's why it is called calling attention motion. Next is privilege motion. So whenever there is breach of privileges by a minister, suppose a minister is telling lies, okay, or he is withholding the facts, he is not stating to the parliament. Parliament is the utmost organization. It is a temple of democracy or not. So he is not telling the facts, or he is telling lies to the parliament. So every parliament member enjoys some privileges. So whenever any member feels that a minister is telling lies or he is withholding facts, he can move the privilege motion. Okay, so this is the privilege motion. Next is motion of thanks. So whenever the president addresses the parliament, generally president will address the parliament after general elections, the first meeting after general elections, that is after 5 years, general elections will take place. The first meeting he will address, and every first meeting in the fiscal year, that is financial year, he will address. Okay, so after that address, there will be motion moved for motion of thanks for the address of president. Suppose if this motion of thanks to the president's address is not passed, the government will be defeated. It has to step down again. Actually, what does president will tell in that address? He will tell about the policies of the government which it wants to do in future. Already what were done and what should be done in the future. Okay, so if the motion of thanks is also not passed, it also results in the defeat of the government, like our no confidence motion. So there are three things. One is no confidence motion, next is motion of thanks, and next is budget. If these three are not passed, it will result in defeat of the government. The president will call for new government formation. So this is all for this session. We shall meet in the next session. Thank you.